Hi Louise. So this is really just a quick sense, just to give you a feeling of how I work. I've made three basic concept models from your very basic room dimensions. Going to need a bit more detail and some photos in time. I've guessed the width of the building, sorry, the depth as a metre. The width left to right on your drawing is given as 2.5 meters. I've guessed the height at 2.4. Yes, 2.4. So this is Fig C1, Concept 1. Really, very simply, what was sort of shown on the drawing. That shelf there is, I think, 400, 400 deep, and you've got a little sink on there. So all I've shown here is simple shelving. Okay, there's other concepts with other designs on. That is a 300mm deep shelf. The Elfa shelves, the wire shelves, come in 300, 400 and 500mm deep, but you could also have plain board shelves on there. Elfa have products that facilitate that, and I think I'm going to be showing you some examples of those, links in the email. So let's go to C2, Fig C2. I've changed the orientation of the dryer and washer for this model, just to sort of explore that a little bit. It does illustrate how important an accurate measure for that room depth is. Whether you can open those appliance doors or not is the questioning point. I thought the previous C1 layout was a little bit restrictive, but I haven't found a position for these that's an absolute slam dunk, so I think that's just a problem you're going to have to address as interior designers. So what I've shown here on the Elfa is I've shown a 500 deep shelf. I've shown, I'm going to go into again, really just sort of showing you how I work, what I can do, jumping into a section view there with solid walls, not translucent walls. I know why that's chugging, it's because I've cut a shelf in half. So the Elfa drying racks, I've shown the 900 wide variant. There is a 600 wide variant. So it depends, what do you want to do with your storage space? Is it wider drying racks, more drying racks, or is it drying or storage facilities? So again, just showing you here that the drying racks drop down. So if, for example, this in its up position, I'll catch up in a second. I don't know why that's going so slow. Yeah, in the up position, if that was sort of in the way while you were using the sink, if the sink was sort of more over there or reversed, that might be a useful facility to have that dropping in and out of position there. I'll put it back into the down position. Sorry, this is so slow. I know why it is. So ignore the fact that these shelves are a bit cut down there. I've just used a stock model rather than make that specific to the size, which is possible to do in reality. This is an interesting shelf. It's a basket shelf, like a wire shelf, but it has this 100mm upstand at the front. You can then get transparent divisions, which are really, these are brilliant for, just bits and pieces in a laundry, like could be conditioner, soap powder, specialist cleaning products, whatever. A lot of my customers use this product in either the 300mm variant or the deeper 400mm variant for storing household cleaning products. This is another, again, I'm not quite sure what's going on with that model. Let's see if I can correct it quickly. Baskets, it's going to be that mate there. I need to add 24mm to that. That's better. So again, I'm going to just slightly tweak the crop there so you can see those. Okay. Another good product. This is designed for going on the back of the wall, but back of a door. It could go on the back of the door in this room. I tend to use it more on walls though. These baskets come in wire or mesh. They're very good for holding household cleaners, cloths, little brushes, various other knickknacks that you might find in a laundry room. Let's quickly go on to C3. It's the opposite to C2, just everything on the back wall is reversed. I wanted to look at having the dryer and washer there just because if it gave a little bit more access to the appliance doors, it kind of does, but it creates a bit of a pinch point here. So, I mean, I've guessed that dimension and the door width, so getting better dimensions on this space is really going to help make decisions. But point to point, there to there is 550mm. You could just about get through that if that was the opening to the space. Also good to know, is there a door on there? Which way does it swing? That may be on the diagram, I can't remember. But I've put the wall mounted baskets on this blank space here. This configuration allows me to squeeze on another row of shelves on the end here, making greater use of the basket shelf with its little upstand there. So I'm going to send you some 3D screen grabs of these. I'm going to send you 2D drawings, and I'm going to send you prices. This, as a first pass, should give you a sense of what the project might cost and how I work. Obviously, screen sharing while I'm live on the CAD over Teams or something like that, that works really well as well. I've done that in the past, particularly effective with fellow designers. We're all talking the same language. Okay, speak soon.